Hey guys! Well, here we are at the fresh start of 2025, the first video of the new year. And since we've begun a whole new year of potential videos and projects and such, I know there are some of you out there who are probably wondering,
we need 3-hour, 4-hour, 5-hour videos.
When's your next Scooby-Doo video? I'm tired of seeing you posting other things.
I'm just here because I like holding signs.
What do we want? More rankings! When do we want them? Now!
whoa, easy fellas! Relax, I'm gonna get to that. So yeah, we've got a handful of different projects for the year, and one of them we're hoping to get to, or at least start on, is the next Scooby-Doo ranking. And trust me, and I'm sure a lot of people behind the scenes are looking forward to that too, but that's where I'm gonna need your guys' help. For those who'd like to help the next ranking happen, I suggest sticking around for this video to learn how. But first, here's a little story time. If you'd like to skip it, I suggest going ahead to this timestamp. Those of you who've been watching long enough will definitely remember that the gap between the first and the second ranking were about 3 years apart. And during that whole time preparing for the Mystery Incorporated ranking, I was watching through the whole show, planning out the arrangements, and most of all, writing out scripts and recording for every single segment. And given that this video is a lot bigger than some of my other works, I had to get a budget prepared just to get this finished. Of course, I had to save up for Gia, or What If Artist, whatever name she'd like for the time being, as she was usually the one who'd work on the thumbnail for stuff like this. And once I bought the thumbnail, I had to split up all the different segments to individual editors so I wouldn't be crushed by all that heft on my own. And, of course, I had to save up for them too. Now, one of the biggest reasons I was able to get the video finished and upload when I did was that my workplace had closed down earlier that year. Yeah, it may have sucked in hindsight, but hey, at least I was able to have a lot of free time to get the video done, and they gave me an employee bonus for working there over the last 6 years. With the extra time and dough I had, I was able to finish the last of the pieces, string them all together, and then get that ranking posted for you all to watch and enjoy. I'm sure despite all that, some of you are probably wondering, oh, why did it still take months to get the video done in that case? Why couldn't you get it done sooner? Well, you'll have to remember there was a fairly rough encounter I was dealing with, which a lot of people may refer to as life. Yes, I had to deal with some aspects of my life that needed the same money that I had. So you may know I'm currently in college. I have to pay for courses. And not to mention a few years ago, I was an emotional wreck. I had to be in therapy, and I had to pay the therapist too. Not to mention, there's always the chance of bills and other medical stuff that may have to be covered too. But hey, I'm sure you get the idea. I had and still have, some things in life that need moolah to cover. And as much as I hate to go into it, I and some parts of my family are not in the best financial state to really live that comfortably. Some things that others can afford may be a bit of a leap when it comes to people like us. To put this into perspective, I'm sure you guys remember when Phantom Strider was close to quitting. Now, I'm not trying to say my position is as dire as that, but there's a chance it could still probably happen if nothing's done about it. And this is the kind of stuff that usually leads to a lot of pauses when it comes to a lot of other big projects, and that definitely included the Mystery Incorporated ranking. And yeah, it's fair to say I could have probably worked around that by doing a lot more of the work myself, like maybe 90% of it or so. But given my mental state at the time, that would have definitely not helped. So, this brings us to where we are now. Since the release of the ranking, we've been making small videos, or smaller in comparison, to fill some of the gaps. These videos were done with passion, as well as hopes I could scrape up enough ad revenue to at least get a healthy start on the next ranking. And while some of the videos we put together have been doing fairly decent here and there, I still wouldn't say it's reassuring enough to put a start to what's a lot bigger than most of the other stuff we usually do. And I'm sure most of you are probably going to be saying stuff like, don't spend the money on those other videos, keep them all for the ranking, maybe even do most of it yourself! Well, here's the thing. If we were to end up going those routes, that could lead to their own problems. Naturally, making chunks of videos that large myself would make production a lot slower. I mean, I'm already pretty swamped on my end anyway when I have to do the writing, recording, and trimming the audio, so going a route like that wouldn't really do much good. And then we have all those other projects I wanted to try, and, well, pushing those aside wouldn't really be that great of an idea either. As for the sake of funding this on my own, I'd mostly be leaving you all in the dust with little to no updates because we'd be floored trying to get the next big ranking done. You'd be left with less content than ever, if any at all, because we'd all be focused strictly on the ranking. And I'm sure you know how harsh the algorithm can be for certain users on this site, especially nowadays, so staying quiet for weeks or months just for this one video just doesn't seem like a good idea either. So, unfortunately, there's no ideal balance that can keep a good flow between my personal life and videos like this, but that's why I made these. To help prevent situations like this, we now have a Patreon, a join channel button, and a coffee. With these kinds of methods, those of you who want to support the ranking as well as other videos and want to help see them come to life can help through these different ways. You can send some money over through these different methods and you can help a lot of our videos become more of a reality and at a faster pace. This will be able to help make the production a lot less stressful, as I'll be able to divvy up the substance to more editors, I'll be able to get more thumbnails for different artists, and maybe I'll be able to get voice actors for different skits and such. I'll be able to hire more people for production, we'll have less substance weighing each of us down, and we'll be able to get more videos done over time. And not only that, those of you who pledge, join, and donate will be able to get special rewards, bonuses, and perks for your money being put into these videos. You'll be given early access to videos that you can see snippets and even whole uploads before anyone else gets to see them public. Other special bonuses include getting extra votes in polls and even exclusive polls, which I'll get to that in a bit. And you'll be able to submit suggestions and requests for videos you might have that will be featured in later polls. And before you think that sounds like a waste, don't worry. Your suggestions and requests will stay on the polls until they are the top voted, just so you get your money's worth and as a thank you for giving me your money in the first place. Your usernames will also be listed in the credits of videos, so you can get your own special spotlight and special thanks for donating to help make these videos happen. And for those who are generous enough to pledge, join, or donate with one of the higher tiers, you're gonna get a special verbal shout out spoken by me at the start of every video. I'm sure in recent videos you may have noticed I gave shoutouts to Miss Spudna at the start. Well, if you want to join her in the shoutouts, you'd want to go there. And by the way, thanks to Miss Spudna for helping with this video too. Though this brings us to a bit more on the business side, I'm sure some of you will only care about the Scooby-Doo rankings and nothing else. So for those of you who really want to help make those happen, those who really want to help us start, we'll be putting polls for those currently on Patreon, the channel members tab, and the coffee. Or, I'm still trying to figure that out anyway. I know that the levels may work a little different on coffee and channel members. I'm still trying to work it out, but hey, once this video is posted, I'm certain I'll be able to have the poll finally posted so you can finally see it right there. And hey, if there's anyone out there who's got experience when it comes to Patreon, coffee, or channel member perks, if you have any suggestions on how I can change and maybe improve on these perks and pricings, I'm willing to lend an ear. I'm perfectly open-minded when it comes to suggestions. Just as long as we don't have any ridiculous requests for someone saying like, 2 cents for early access, because in the long run, that's not really gonna help. So yeah, that's basically what we have going on to help keep the flow of production going so I can pay those who are still involved in these videos. Some of you may not agree it's the best choice, but no offense people, but I really don't think it's a good idea to crash into debt just for one YouTube video. So right now, this is what we have going on, and I'm hoping this will go somewhere. And if it doesn't, well, then I'm basically going to be stuck hoping and praying that one of the many places I've applied to over the past year will eventually take me in and hire me. And do keep in mind that when that does happen, it's probably going to take away a lot of my time and energy as well as college courses, so you're going to be stuck waiting weeks, months, maybe even years all over again if we end up going that route. Hey, if that does happen, you know, there's always a chance something may go wrong and it'll probably take longer than 3 years to get the next ranking done. So if you'd like to avoid that kind of route on my end and yours too, then I suggest maybe checking out the Patreon, the coffee, or seeing what kind of stuff's available in the channel members tab and see if there's anything that might interest you. And hey, even if you can't afford it, that's perfectly fine. Just share this video and the links provided to others who might be able to, and with their help and inclusion of yours, we'll be able to reach the goals we've had set. So if you'd like to help give a little push for the future of Nunny and Isness, I'd suggest checking out what we have going on, share this stuff, pledge, donate if you can. It would be greatly appreciated. It won't just help me, but it'll help everyone who's involved in these videos. You have my word that the money we make for these sites will go into video production. So the more we make, the faster videos will come out. And that definitely includes the next Scooby-Doo ranking. Or maybe other rankings in the future. We're hoping this will help smooth out the bumps on my end and everyone else's ends who are involved in these. Thank you for your time, we hope to see what kind of support we get for this, and take care.